Hazleton is an unusual community in that it has had such a rapid influx of Hispanic immigrants in the past 15 years. And we understood that with all of the difficulties, we were going to have to make some inroads into the existing community. I was the founding president of the organization, and along with Joe Maddon and his wife Jay, and my wife, who is Joe's first cousin, we came up with the idea of a community center as something that might be able to have a very large and immediate impact in our community. When we started thinking about what that would look like, I did a bunch of research in other areas, and some of the things that I found were that generally you had to do an awful lot of outreach to the community that you were looking to reach. And with our organization, we just never had to do that so much. From the first day that we opened our doors, we had just a constant stream of people coming through, and that's never let up. So our whole idea, the concept of what we're doing here, is to provide educational, cultural, and athletic opportunities for particularly children who might not have the financial or economic wherewithal to provide those things, or their families can't provide those for them. So that was the original idea, and we also understood that if by working with children, we had a unique and really clear opportunity to help bring this entire community together. So by bringing the children together, by offering them quality activities, by keeping them off the street, we knew we could have a major impact, and it wouldn't take all that long. And I think we've only been open 2.5 years, but I think at this point the place really speaks for itself.
I love the Hazleton Community Center. And I'm really glad that Joe Maddon opened this place because there is no other place to go than this. Because this is like the only community center in Hazleton that like helps children and stuff. Like, he's a really good man and stuff. He's really nice and brutally honest. And mostly my teacher like helps you like with homework, and we do cool projects. Like today we're doing a lava lamp. This year my dad said, like, cause you do a good job in school, so this year I'm gonna take you to a baseball game and see Joe Maddon.
One of the things that breaks the barriers while speaking someone else's native language is that they immediately think, he must like me in some way if he's going to talk to me in my language instead of his. And that does work and does help, even with the children particularly, because they're surprised to see someone who doesn't look Latino just come up and say, he's speaking Spanish. We have a preschool program, which is, there's 20 children in the class, and it's bilingual. And part of the reason that helps is that their next step is to go to kindergarten and then first grade. And if they haven't learned a little bit of English, it's quite intimidating for them when they take that first step and it's all in another language. And that's what we're trying to do, is just make that transition easier. The after-school program is a partnership with Penn State main campus, and it's after school. The first thing they do is they come in and they get fed a hot meal, and then they get to do their homework or get help with their homework, and then they go to various activities, but not school-type activities. They're more fun project-type, so they learn things, but they don't know that they're learning them at the time. We do basketball, and we're about ready to do baseball indoors. Thanks to Cal Ripken, we've got a gym that can convert into a sort of a little league field with 2 batting cages, and we thank Cal for that. We had a donor that donated, I think it was 20 Apple computers, high-end Apple computers, and we hook up with the students that are learning to be teachers at Penn State main campus, and that's been tremendous. I teach ESL and we've got probably 8 or 9 teachers now, classes of 10 to 12 to up to 15. and this is for adults, and we basically have a beginner's class and an intermediate and sometimes an advanced, but basically beginners and intermediate. And so it's not just about language, it's about how do you ask questions, and it also gives them an opportunity when they do have questions, they can ask, and we could provide information for them. The Hazleton One Community Center has been a beacon for a lot of children here that would otherwise be on the streets. And it's educational, it's sports, it's fun, and we've got a lot of friends that love to be here.
It's fun, yeah. I do a lot of experiments in my class. Yesterday we made an experiment for CO2, carbon dioxide. The teachers, they're nice. Mine, she speaks Spanish and English. She mostly speaks Spanish. We sometimes go to the gym and we go to computer lab and we do a lot of stuff. I come sometimes on Saturdays, yeah, because I come to do reading. I love the Hazleton One Community Center.
The thing that really stood out to me is we needed some place for the kids to go after school while the parents were still working. And it made all the sense in the world. So you need something like a community center. And then if you're thinking about community center, you're thinking about all the different concepts involved, educational, athletic, cultural, whatever impact you might want to make. It's all potentially in a well-conceived community center. So that was the whole thought. How do we raise the funds? How do we raise the money to get ourselves into a building like we're sitting in right now? If you're not convinced yet how good this place is, I challenge you to come in here for 5 minutes. Speak with any one of our kids in this building. These kids are that magnificent. Come and meet our kids. And when you do, I promise you're going to leave here pretty impressed.
You know, obviously, in order to walk through the door, your mind has to be open to that. And when they see the good and the hard work and the amazing teachers and leaders and people coming in through those doors on a daily and weekly basis, it's very contagious.
There's no doubt in my mind that it's going to continue to grow. I have this tendency to think big whenever I get involved in something, and why not? If there's any way we could lend our abilities or expertise to anyone else wanting to do something like this, we'd be more than happy to do that. Hazleton One Community Center is the new face of Hazleton. Come and experience it, understand what's going on within, and I promise you're going to leave here feeling better about our community.